Okay, let's cover area of a circle today. So the formula for area of a circle is A, or area, is equal to pi r squared. Okay, the R stands for radius. So a couple of things that you need to know before you solve for the area of a circle is what's the radius and what is the diameter. Okay, so if I have a circle here, okay, I want you just to think of it this way. So for radius, radius starts with an R. So the radius goes from the outer edge to the center of the circle. That is the radius. So you can make an R inside of your circle to help you remember that. It just goes from the center to the outer edge of the circle. Now for diameter, you can draw a capital D, or I guess a lowercase d could work. But for the diameter, it goes all the way across. So from one end of the circle to the other. So you can literally just draw a lowercase r and a uppercase d or a lowercase d to help you remember that. So diameter goes from one end to the other end of the circle, and the radius is just half of that. It just goes from the middle to one end of the circle. So let's just say we have a circle here and they give us the radius of the circle and they say it's 6 centimeters. Okay, so it's really easy. They give us the radius, so all we have to do is just plug it into our formula. So we said area is equal to pi, which we can represent pi as 3.14, and it's pi r squared. So we need to square our radius, so 6 squared. Okay, so if we remember, when we have an exponent, our exponent tells us how many times to write our base. So we're really writing 6 times 6. So area is equal to 3.4 times 6 times 6. Okay, well, we know that 6 times 6 is 36. So I'm going to rewrite my formula one more time. I have 3.14 times 36 now. Okay, so I'm just going to work it out on the side. We have 3.14 times 36. Okay, well, we know that 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. And then I need to put my placeholder. And now we have 3 times 4, which is 12, and we're going to carry our 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. So we're going to add that all up. So we have 4, 10, 12, 13, and 11. Okay, so remember, when we have our decimal, we're going to count our decimal places. So 1, 2, and there's no decimal in 36. It's already at the end. So I'm going to move my decimal over 2 times. So our answer here will be area is equal to 113.04 centimeters squared. Okay. So remember, when you're finding the area of a circle, you're just going to take the radius and plug it in to the formula. So what if we actually had the diameter given to us instead of the radius? Okay, so our formula is still area is equal to pi r squared. Okay, but this time we actually have a circle, and let's say that our diameter was 10 inches. Okay, well, you should already know that the diameter is just double the radius, or the radius is half of the diameter. So we can just take 10 and split it in half. So our radius would really be 5. So I have areas equal to pi, which we write as 3.14, times 5 squared. And just like before, when we are squaring a number, that's just the base 2 times. So I have area is equal to 3.14 times 5, times 5. Okay, so 5 times 5 equals 25. So I'm going to rewrite my formula again. And then I'm going to move it out to the side and solve. So we have 3.14 times 25. So 4 times 5 is 20. We're going to carry our 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. And when we move on to the 2, we have to add a placeholder. Okay, so now we have 2 times 4, which gives us 8. 2 times 1 gives us 3. And 2 times 3 gives us 6. So we need to add it all together. And we get 7,000. Oh, actually, don't forget to count your placeholders or your decimals. So we get area is equal to 79.50 inches squared as our final answer. So remember, when they give you the diameter, you can always just split it in half. If they give you the radius, just go ahead and plug in your number to the formula and solve.